Well, a new report suggesting that federal prosecutors are likely to wait until after the midterm elections to announce any charges against former President Donald Trump if they determine he broke any laws at all. This as Trump and his legal team take their request for a special master to a federal judge for an afternoon hearing today. His team is calling the allegations against him misleading. That was in a court filing filed last night, just before that 8 p.m. Eastern Time deadline. Trump is also slamming the Justice Department for releasing a photo of papers marked top secret, here it is on your screen, scattered on the floor of his office, calling it staged. That was in a Truth Social post. Now, here's what he wrote in part, quote, "They took them out of cartons, spread them around on the carpet, making it look like a big find for them. They dropped them. Not me." Very deceiving. During the conversation all morning long, Strategic Wealth Partners CEO Mark Tepper here with me, and CPAC Senior Fellow Mercedes Schlapp. It's great to have both of you, and good morning to both of you. And Mercedes, to you, your reaction on this latest move by the Trump legal team.
Well, good morning, Cheryl. And look, I got to tell you, I think we have a bigger problem here, which is the mistrust of the Department of Justice. The fact is that obviously by even putting out that photo, by leaking out stories, for example, that Trump might have nuclear documents as part of these documents that he had in his storage room, it raises a lot of questions. So this is why you have seen the Trump legal team ask for a special master, where we have basically a judge that would look into the documents, make it into a fair assessment as to what the president had in Mar-a-Lago in terms of documents, and make it into the sense that this would be then taken into fairness. Because the reality has become is that the DOJ has been politicized in this process. It really is not allowing for a transparent process, and there is sort of no independent eyes on what we're seeing so far.
Mark, again, you know, the possibility that we may not see charges filed, if at all, until after the midterm elections. Markets are watching the midterms to see the balance, obviously, of the House and the Senate. This could change the trajectory of a lot of these races, though, Mark.
Absolutely. And look, regardless of if or when charges are filed, shots have been fired. Damage has been done. Pain has been inflicted. And look, you know, the DOJ, the FBI, the Dems overall, they've known what they were doing, right? I mean, with all the theatrics behind the raid and stuff like that. And to Mercedes' point, you know, you look at the DOJ, you look at the FBI, where are the checks and balances? Obviously, these agencies have been politicized, and to me, it just doesn't seem very democratic when you're constantly pursuing one political party to ensure that the other party stays in power. Very, very strange, and it just doesn't seem to be constitutional or American.
Mercedes, final word to you. You know, from the DOJ, from the FBI side of it, they say, look, we don't need the special master. We've got this under the control. The way that we are going to analyze these documents, our final word on these documents, that's all that needs to be out there. A judge hears that today. Any thoughts about what you think this judge may rule? Because if I'm not mistaken, this judge was appointed by former President Trump.
Right. Well, I think the judge will be inclined to appoint a special master. Look, the Department of Justice, they should have nothing to hide, right? They should be able to present the evidence, and if they have a case, then move forward with the case. But the problem has become is that there is this mistrust. There is the fact that the American people do believe that the FBI, they are politicized, as well as the DOJ. Let's be real. For the DOJ, they really want to make sure that they're able to appease their liberal base. Secondly, the FBI, as we've seen with the Russian hoax that haunted that White House for President Trump, created a huge distraction, and we knew at the end there was nothing there. So I just think for the sake of having a real, true, fair process, you've got to have the special master in place, because the reality is it looks like President Biden and his team are going after their political opponent. And of course, you're looking at half of America that doesn't trust the Biden administration and the Department of Justice and the recent actions that they're taking.
Certainly in the wake of this raid, that is very true. All right, we're going to be watching this story all morning long.